Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're having a great Sunday. So I wanted to share with you a knowledge bomb today around dealing with emotions and using this really effective strategy that we just discount so much. So when we think about our emotions, the body is always following the mind. The mind is always following the breath. So if you want to know what's going on in your mind, tune into your physical body. And I'll give you an example of what I mean by this. If you want to control the mind and the body, tune into your breathing. So think of a difficult emotion that you have felt recently. We'll say unworthiness, comparison, self-doubt, any of these limiting beliefs that are super uncomfortable to feel, right? We don't like feeling that way. So when you're in that moment, notice how your physical body is and your posture. So when you feel crappy and when you feel unworthy and when you feel unvalidated or any of those words, like look at your body. You're probably like hunched forward, right? You're probably feeling tightness in your chest, tightness in your shoulders, maybe tightness in your jaw, maybe you're holding tension in your temples or you have a headache there. So pause for a second and really tune into your physical body and identify like where you're holding this emotion, essentially the tension from this emotion. And when you do that, start to change it. Just do something different with your body. So bring your shoulders back, stand up a little bit taller, take a deep breath, and just start to tune into your breathing, because likely you're either holding your breath, which you may not even realize, or your breathing is very shallow and it's very short. So if you can start just deepening your breath, and this is just breathing more in your diaphragm, which is the lower part of your lungs. So just taking more of those deep breaths there, bringing your shoulders back, taking a deep breath. Like this is transformative in that moment to allow you to collect yourself. And oftentimes when I'm talking to people and they feel very overwhelmed and stressed and something's really bothering them, they are talking a million miles a minute and they are not pausing, right? They're just like talking, and not breathing, truly, like not breathing in their body. So oxygen's not getting to your brain. You're not able to think clearly that way. And it can really affect your physical body as well. So when you start to bring awareness into your breath, like literally it can change your thought process, your physical body. And if you can identify that emotion, like pause and think, what is the emotion that I'm feeling right now? Like really ask yourself clearly, what is that? Is it fear? Is it doubt? Is it uncertainty? Is it like scarcity? Like, is it sadness? Like, is it joy? Is it happy? Is it good things? It can be both. And as humans, we have to feel both emotions. We have to feel the ones that are positive and we have to feel the ones that are crappy. And think of it more of like a contrast between the two forms of emotions versus good or bad. It's like, okay, so there's a contrast between these and we need to have both to coexist. So when you can start to identify actually what you're feeling and give it space rather than this is what we usually do, self-doubt, I don't want to talk about that. Let's eat a piece of cake. That feels way better, right? But then that's temporary and we still have that feeling that we haven't addressed. And instead, this is the hard part, instead if you identify that feeling, you think about it, you acknowledge it, and you feel it, like actually feel it, you give yourself space and time, guess what happens? It goes away. Yeah, like the feeling will go away. Everything is temporary. Every emotion is temporary, right? That's why we appreciate the really, really good ones, because we felt the really uncomfortable ones. And if you're not feeling the uncomfortable ones, that is the problem, is that you have to give yourself space and time to feel the suck, like to sit in the suck and address that in other ways to move through it. Once you move through it, you're good. Like literally you're good. You can go forward and you feel better. So once you can really identify that feeling, give yourself space, and also ask yourself, what am I needing in this moment? And this can also be maybe like your needs aren't being met. So this could be a lot of things. Did you drink enough water today? Did you eat adequately? Did you eat balanced meals? Did you get enough sleep and rest? Were you validated and heard? Because guess what? If we feel unvalidated and not heard, we feel pretty crappy about ourselves, right? This is anybody as a human is not going to feel good when they feel invalidated. So if someone is talking to you and they're not acknowledging you, like that feels really crappy, and maybe we're going to go home and eat what's in front of us because we didn't have that need met. So a lot of these like basic needs we discount in terms of what we need to feel fulfilled as a human. So that can be a really powerful exercise. So I would love for you to try this week. Try this week. Pause. Notice where you're feeling this in your body physically. Change your posture and focus on your breath. Stop attaching to the outcome of what you want, because it's like tangible. You can see it, but it's not who you are. And once you disassociate yourself from those things, you start to just naturally get them, because anything that you need, it resists. But once you give up that need for something, it comes to you. It's like the craziest thing. So I would love for you to try this exercise this week. Let me know how it goes. And if there's anything I can do for you guys, absolutely reach out. Let me know. I'll talk to you soon.